Previously on Trails in the Reverie, the public lost hope in the SSS, but Wazi reminded them that they need to believe in their own collective power rather than become dependent on a hero. Lloyd's team then saved Agate and Tita from the Ebon Defense Force and recruited them. Near the end of the freight line, Lloyd's Phantasmal Mirror activated and stalled his story progress. Raiju's habitat was the perfect place for this beast that topped the food chain to call home. It sat at the mountain's highest point like a king would its throne, the black stormy clouds swirling overhead in a natural royal crown. Through thunderous applause did it create its weapon. Its subjects below, its prey, never failed to succumb to it once stricken. There was just one thing the beast did not realize about this place, that its terrain, impregnable on the surface, was also the perfect environment to set a trap. There were two paths to reach the summit. One was at the end of a long spiraling trail that looped around its peak. The other was a straight, steep path surrounded on both sides by high rock walls. The first of the hunters who came to claim Raiju's life appeared from the spiraled road, shouting at the top of his lungs a call unique to the woodland wanderers. "You sleeping, Mr. Bear?" Dao shouted, "'cause I'm ready to wrestle." Dao leaped from rock to rock, used his unique hunting call being shouted between taunt and insult. In a bag slung over his back were a number of single-shot rifles from the cabin, ancient even by the Matagi standards, that were relics of a fallen kingdom. His cries were used in the past to intimidate meek rabbits and fleet-footed foxes into submission, but Raichu was no small prey and showed no hint of fear upon hearing them. This, however, was well within the realm of expectations. Drawing one of the smaller rifles from the bag, he made a blistering show of firing a nearby rock. Raichu paused for only a moment before roaring in turn, fur bristling from head to toe from his moral threat. Perhaps it still possessed memories of being hunted by the Matagi as a normal bear. Whatever the reason, the sound of the shot was enough for it to understand its position from hunter to hunted. Ha, where's your tough guy act now, you big furball? Dao continued leaping from rock to rock while dodging Raiju's impulsive lightning strikes. After throwing his spent rifles that stood upright in the ground, he pulled a second one and fired without hesitation. This one hit its mark precisely, causing the King of Thunder to howl upon being struck. The bullet was too weak and Dao too far for it to pierce through the beast's thick hide, but this too was expected. Raichu sent out a flash of lightning as an instinctive counter to the pain delivered, but it was strange. Rather than deliver the devastating shock it was meant to, it passed through him harmlessly instead. It really worked, Dao grinned with pleasant surprise. He was touching the upright rifle he discarded after use, allowing the thunder fire to pass through him and into the ground. He was positively giddy with the discovery. "Oh, you're a genius, Seiyu. I never would have thought to use these as lightning rods." So long as he positioned spent rifles like so, he could creep closer to Raichu and never have to worry about the more elemental properties of its offensive. I got as many of these as I got shots. Now time to show what the Woodland Wanderers can really do. Dao belted yet another hunting call, and with every shot fired and rod placed, the weight on his back was lighter, allowing him to move at an ever faster pace. He moved in a circular motion, confusing the bear as he led successfully toward the other path to the summit, sandwiched on both sides with rock walls. Guess no matter how strong it is, it's still got the brains of a beast, he muttered to himself before calling out to his companion. "It's headed your way, Seiyu." "I'm ready, Dao, bring it in." While still gathering its electricity for yet another counterattack, Raichu was guided into the straight and narrow path. It was met with a sudden barrier of mist that bathed the beast in its own sparks. "Got it," Dao shouted. The barrier Raichu stumbled into was not a physical one, but rather a cage of energy strung between countless arrows stabbed into both sides of the rock wall. Moisture from the air glistened off the arrows' exposed tips. "I've never done this many at once," Seiyu began, "but that doesn't mean I can't do it." Barrier formed from the fusion of Seiyu's energy with the cylinder of the frozen sky's power was, in essence, one pure fog. The more Raichu tried to force his way through this barrier, the wetter it became, causing its natural electricity to short out. Any time to step into it caused a wealth of pain. The way out is just as bad, Seiyu affirmed, shooting additional arrows behind it and filling them with more power, expanding the cage that much further. Now, even if it were to turn around and run out of the corridor, it could no longer do so without sustaining considerable damage from its own thunder. "Yahoo, that got it pinned down. Think the rest of the plan's gonna go smooth?" "This won't stop it for long," Seiyu responded, "but it should hold long enough for Chunlong to give us a signal." Raichu could not escape without passing through the cage of fog, but despite having been transformed through possession of an ancient artifact, it was still a wild beast at heart. It had no concept of surrender, only survival. It would persist even if its only roots tomorrow would do it harm. Roaring wildly, the beast threw itself into the cage wall, blowing a constant spout of sparks from its massive body. "Adios, the crazy thing's gonna cook itself alive. I haven't seen Chunlong's signal. I don't know if I can hold it much longer." The cylinder of her frozen sky slotted into her crossbow, cycled between losing its brilliance and pulsing with flashes of blue light. Each time electricity surged through Raichu's body, it flickered brightly in response, almost too brightly, as though the cage and the beast's resistance were pushing beyond its capabilities. Seiyu knew that putting any more power into this would risk the danger of an explosion that would leave her far worse off than her target. Realizing this as well, Dao refused to stand around and do nothing. Dao had one of her sources of protection, a lever cloth from the cabin he covered in glass powder and resin paint on his body. Wrapping himself from head down with this purpose insulating cloak and protecting himself with gloves made from the same material, Dao banded through the cage of fog and closed it on Raichu. Flashes of light scorched the road, but he pushed forward until he was directly before the object of their hunt. "Dao, are you crazy? Nothing crazy about standing in a cage made by you. Alright, Raichu, you're in for a real shock, because it's about to get unbearable for you." Heh, bears. He then threw himself into the body of the beast, lashing out with his protective fist. Though the attacks he landed were of no real threat, the insulated strikes triggered waves of electricity that surged through it with each devastating punch. This works for me way better than any gun. Worth the dive. Dao cracked before taking a stance and drawing in a long breath. Playing his feet before the flinching King of Thunder, Dao focused every muscle in his body and while filling his lungs with a clean mountain air, became one with the environment's natural flow of life energy. Only when this reached its peak did he spring forward. Shin! Dao kicked off the ground, air trembling around him until Seiyu could swear she saw snowflakes dancing from his body as he sent an incredible punch into Raiju's chest. This alone was enough to send tremors through his whole form. The secret craft, Shin, could mean many things. Heart, core, quake, deity. It was among the ultimate techniques in the martial arts style created by the Woodland Wanderers. I wonder if it has anything to do with Taito style. It required synchronizing every part of body, bone, muscle, and all, and compressing one's strength until one forces the dense power forward like a coil in a trap. Certainly this kind of precise, powerful technique spoke to the wisdom gained through generations of journeying and surviving the wild. I can't believe it, Dao. You've mastered Shin. Seiyu followed up Dao's attack by sending a shower of bolts from atop the rock wall down upon Raiju, preventing the staggering beast from ascending itself. Dao took the chance to send another blow to his throat. As it fell back, it no longer saw the cage's walls as a concern, pivoting it to escape its hunters through fog and singed fur. I doubt I'll kill it, but it looks like we put it on the ropes. Seiyu cheered in the corridor of Dao. Are you alright? I'll have to tell you I am, but my gloves are done for, Dao responded, raising his arms to display his gloves as he did, so I can't keep this up much longer. Okay, we just gotta keep it busy, so I'll take over on the offensive. There was a hint of hesitation in her voice as she agreed to this. She was also already pushing the cylinder of the frozen sky to its limits. Dao's craft was also one of great strength, and she doubted her crossbow would have nearly the same stopping power as it. Now seconds later into this train of thought did the sign they were waiting for make itself known. A deep bass sound echoed off the mountain, carrying far and strong despite its low pitch. It was proved that the two of them had fulfilled a role in the tactic. That's the conch shell. Chunlan's ready, Seiyu exclaimed. The sure kept us waiting long enough, but now he's got me all fired up for round 2. Come on, Seiyu, let's take him down for good. Right. As Seiyu descended, she released a section of the cage between Raiju and the summit. Doing this would help Seiyu to amplify the impact of her attacks as she concentrated much needed moisture into each bolt fired. She then reunited with Dao, and with their backs against the still existing cage wall blocking the air path downward, she unleashed a final goading strike at the beast's back. Seiyu and Dao followed it behind as it ran, believing their companion ahead would be able to exact the next stage of their plan, driving Raiju back up towards the highest point of the summit. The King's Throne would soon become its tombstone. Thank you for giving us so much of your time today. I appreciate you helping us attend to the aftermath of the recent events. Of course, we couldn't turn a blind eye after seeing it for ourselves. We feel investigating the coup d'etat further is our responsibility as much as anyone's. We've found out most of the people involved by now, though, haven't we? I believe you have. And with Princess Alpha and Elisa's assistance, we were able to look into the suspicious relatives of fellow students as well. There are some suspects still at large, but it's only a matter of time before they're in custody. I'm so pleased I was able to help. Our classmates seemed genuinely shocked to learn what the relatives were up to. I can't say I blame them. You think they could hold off on the crazy until things in Crossbell calm down? Well, or the timing's on point since the EDF showed up here too. I assume they're linked, yes. I've been aware that some in the army were opposed to ceasefire and subsequent downsizing of the military. But it's frustrating to not have seen the extent of their opposition coming until after they've made their move. You can't blame yourself for this, Representative. Besides, maybe this works out better. It gives you a chance to take out the obvious trash instead of sniffing it out for yourself. That's true. If so many of them confirmed to be in custody, we shouldn't have to worry about the capital for a while now. Plus, the information we got will make it easier for Dad and General Van Dyke to take action. We each have our own burdens to bear here, so it's best to focus on what you can do as the current head of our nation. I'm sure Machias is also doing what he can in Crossbell. Indeed, you hit the nail on the head. I don't have time to dwell on past mistakes or what I should have done with Crossbell as it is, and the Prince and Lady still missing. Alright, I think we've covered all we can on the coup d'etat problem. Let's turn our focus on the other big issue we need to think about. Rufus. It's not possible for him to be both near the capital and running Crossbell at the same time. So then who did we see? You said you requested an investigation into that, right, Milliam? Yep, well, we're taking care of the coup stuff. It should be about...
My apologies for the delay.
Just the gal we need. What's the word, Claire?
Well, it took longer than I'd hoped, but this information came directly from our sentries near the border. They confirmed that Crossbell's new Supreme Leader never left the state while C was active.
Then he wasn't lying.
Yeah, there really are two Rufuses.
But how is that possible?
It isn't. It's preposterous, even. Or so I would say had we not seen him in the flesh.
He played us enough to be the real thing.
He sure did. First he calls himself C and sets things up so we'd make our way to the capital. Then he gets us to take care of that coup for him, while he gets away with whatever info the EDF provided him.
Using every means at his disposal has always been his way. And this was no exception.
Then are we in agreement that the Rufus and Crossbell isn't the real one?
The evidence seems to point that way at present. Perhaps it is also my hope that it points that way.
I doubt it, since I'm inclined to agree. Rufus acting the way the Supreme Leader does after what he went through doesn't make as much sense to me. You had to have had an effect on him in some way at the Imperial Fortress, Usus.
I would like to believe that as well. Have you learned anything more about the 3 children accompanying him?
We're still looking into them, I'm afraid.
I know our side can't talk, but they were strong as hell for being kids.
All I can confirm from my end is that no record of them exists in the Intelligence Division's database.
They're from an organization that might be even more mysterious than Ouroboros.
Too underground for even the ID to pin down means it'll be extra tough for us.
It's best to assume they and whoever was controlling the airship are hired help.
It should have been impossible for your friends to win. Usus, members of Class 7, please, tell me why.
It's because you refuse to rely on anyone but yourself. We won't be getting anywhere wondering what he's up to here. I propose we move on using the one lead he provided.
If you wish to know what befell the Courageous Two, make for the Nord Highlands.
Do you feel you can trust his word enough to warrant going to the Highlands, Reen?
If anything else, I did get the impression that he is actively against the Supreme Leader. There's likely some ulterior motive behind telling us that lead, but Usus is right that we should use it. Especially if there's any chance we can help Crossbell in the process.
I'll respect your decision, of course, but...
Some of us will have to remain in the capital. The aftermath of the coup d'etat requires some attention before it can be considered resolved.
I'll stick around for it. May as well see it through. It'd be good to hit up the entertainment district and the Bracer Guild for info while I'm here too.
Gaius is in the middle of an investigation of his own in Nord, I think. There should be enough people if you meet up with him and anyone else who's up east.
Muse is also planning to travel from the branch campus to join him. But will that be enough under the circumstances?
Then will we suffice?
Huh?
Kurt! And hello there again. Sounds like you've been making some headway into the investigation.
About your lead. Since our father is still occupied in the West, we will be accompanying you in his stead. May we Vanders be of great service.
Oh, he wasn't traveling with Oliver on the ship. The next morning, Muse arrived as planned from Leaves and reunited with the group. They then waited for the freight train, which Claire had arranged to take them to Nord to depart. We're going to be transferring onto an RMP train partway for the trip. We should hopefully reach Zender Gate around noon. That'll be great, then we can start an investigation right away. Thank you all for coming out to see us off. I apologize for showing up so suddenly and creating all this disarray. Not at all, I was glad to have the opportunity to see you again. I'm sure my brother's disappearance must be weighing heavily on your heart too, Lieutenant Colonel. My worries pale in comparison to the heartache you must feel, Your Highness. Rest assured I will do all I can to put you at ease as soon as possible. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel. I'm counting on you too, Muse. Of course, I'll take good care of our dear instructor in your and Elisa's stead. Oh, but don't fret, I won't let my personal feelings get in the way of my work. Is this really the time?
What's wrong? Our group is pretty stacked for this, so I don't think you need to worry.
I am worried, but not about that. We all refrained from voicing our concerns yesterday, but you're not going to take on too much to compensate for what those soldiers said, are you? The ones from the underground.
You're a filthy traitor, Ashen Chevalier! So many of us joined the army to follow in your footsteps, only for you to trample all over our ambitions. You couldn't possibly understand the frustration of those who died in that war, or even those left behind. It's time you took responsibility for your actions.
It's true. Their words did affect me. They reminded me that for some, the war never really ended.
Try to see them as the exception they are.
Exactly. That isn't your fault, Rean.
I know. But it's also not something I can turn a blind eye to. It's only by understanding one another that we will be able to move forward. At least, that's what I think now.
We just don't want to let that consume you.
Everyone in the Imperial Army bears that responsibility, myself included.
None of us here want you to shoulder that burden alone. Isn't that right? Altina? Muse?
Oh, absolutely. Class 7 is and will always be about supporting one another. I think they've echoed my sentiments. Well then, have a safe journey. If there are answers to be found in Nord, then I know you'll find them.
Thanks. Keep us in your thoughts.
They're always going to rearrange the party for every chapter except for C's group, apparently. The group changed its plan and arrived on schedule at the North Highlands. There they found several of their friends already waiting for them. Cruel blue skies.
There you are. I hope the trip wasn't too tiring.
Oh.
And here I thought we'd be getting here first.
We just happened to be on the train right before yours. I'm glad you all arrived safely. And long time no see, Lieutenant Colonel.
Likewise. It's reassuring to have you with us.
We heard about the attempted coup from Major Revelt. That must have been so hard for you, Rean.
You're kind of worried, but I'm fine. Better than fine now that you're both here. All I have to do is see your face, and it's like my heart feels a little lighter.
Then it was worth it, huh? But there's no river I wouldn't cross to find you if you needed me. Though magic makes it simple enough to skip the river crossing route if there was an emergency. So don't you forget that all you have to do is call, and I'll be right there.
Thanks. I won't.
But boy, I'm still finding it hard to believe we have 2 Rufuses running around now. I'll cross my fingers the lead from the literal lesser of 2 evils pays off, but we still need to be smart about our approach.
Agreed. There's no telling what could happen. That's all the more reason why we appreciate your and Lady Mildean's attention to this matter.
Oh, I'm more than happy to give it.
Where's Gaius, by the way?
He's gotten a head start investigating in the Highlands, I believe. A soldier gave us a message saying he intends to convene with us at the settlement.
I see. Then we'll head his way once we've greeted the person in charge here.
I believe he's someone you know?
Colonel Dalton of the 23rd Armored Division, yes. I haven't seen him since his division took stewardship of the gate after the war.
Oh, right. It was the 7th that was in charge of Zender up until last year. The 23rd was one of the new divisions created for the war, wasn't it?
Indeed. With all the changes underway in the army, the 23rd has no general at present. But I hear the Colonel's done a stellar job of keeping the division unified in the absence of one.
He sounds like someone who'd more than cooperate with our investigation, at least.
I've already informed him of our arrival. We should go and see him right away.
Listen, Reen. Don't go biting off more than you can chew. Being an instructor doesn't mean you have to be the strong one in the group 24/7. I didn't have to be because you were there for me. So that means you don't have to be because I'll be there for you. At least I'll try to be.
You just get it, don't you? Thank you. That makes me feel a lot better.
Good.
Welcome to Zender Gate. I've been looking forward to your arrival. I am Dalton, acting commander of the 23rd Armored Division.
It's good to see you again, Colonel. The same to you, Lieutenant Colonel. And it's an honor to finally meet the famous Ashen Chevalier. I've heard much about the Lieutenant Colonel's younger brother too. I wish I could give you all a more formal reception. Please think nothing of it, sir. Most of us aren't even part of the army, much less deserving of a lavish welcome. I quite agree. I'm just an inexperienced student. How modest of you all. I appreciate that. He's surprisingly candid for a colonel. He is, although I'm sure he must be very capable to have been given command of the whole armored division. Word of the 7's exploits since the war has reached even here, Lieutenant Colonel. I hear you have been all over the country helping with the reconstruction efforts under Prince Oliver's leadership. What's more, the Banners have evidently resumed their duty as guardians of the Imperial family. They don't call you the Ace of the 7 for nothing. I apologize if that sounded all sarcastic. I did not mean so. Think nothing of it, sir. I will not attempt to deny my past failings. So I'm humbled by the honor of serving once more. On the Baron name, I will stop at nothing to prove worthy of it. I feel the same way. Can you tell us what you know about the situation here? Oh yes, you came looking for clues on the prince's whereabouts. I'm worried you have reason to believe there is something here. So it's true. The opposite, I'm afraid. This region has been positively idyllic since the war ended. The Highlands did turn to a battleground during the conflict, but everything is back to normal here now. I was honestly caught off guard by your conviction that something must be here. That's unfortunate. Still, intel's fresh, even to us. It's no surprise there's nothing been found yet. Indeed, I've had a lot of work at the watchtowers, so haven't had much time to investigate in this area. In that sense, you might have more luck speaking with the people of the settlement. You may well be correct. Sounds like Gaius is already there, so I'd say meeting with him should be our first goal. Given the stakes, we should intend to fully dedicate ourselves to searching once we have finished getting ready. I've apprised the soldier station at the watchtower what is going on too, so maybe worth stopping by there. Either way, should you learn anything, please do let me know. I'll be happy to send reinforcements if needed. Thank you for your kindness and understanding, sir. We greatly appreciate it. Alright, let's get started with the search then. This map is way too big.
It's breathtaking.
Nothing I've heard could have prepared me for just how truly beautiful it is.
It's your first time here, huh?
It is. I've been really looking forward to it. If only the other three could be here to see it. Words don't do it justice.
They really don't. I wish I could have let you first see it under lighter circumstances.
It feels like only yesterday that we came here as part of our field studies.
It's moving to think that this is where our ancestor took up arms to fight at Dreikel's side.
It's held a special place in my heart beyond our ancestry, since our uncle and I were stationed here. Regardless, I will make for the watchtower and set about gathering information there. You should stick to your original plan and reunite with Gaius at the settlement.
I'm alright with that, but...
Are you sure it's wise to go alone? I think it'd be better if I came with you.
I know how capable you are, Kurt, but there's no need to worry about me. As a soldier, I'll have a much easier time operating in a military facility. Should anything happen, however, I will be in touch. Take care.
I hope he's going to be all right.
I imagine that the prince's disappearance must be weighing heavily on him.
I had the chance to briefly speak with him about that on the train, actually.
I wanted to accompany them on their honeymoon, but Olivier insisted I not go. I got the impression he wanted to give me some time off to honor the war's end. Of all the times that idiot had to go and put my needs first.
I see. I think you're all worrying a little too much about him. We're talking about one of the finest soldiers in the Imperial Army, up there with Lieutenant Colonel Neidhart. You should know better than anyone that he isn't the kind of man to act rashly in times like these. Yes, I suppose you're right. I'm sure he genuinely believes this to be the best course of action. We'd be wise to mirror his conviction. Yeah, let's get moving. Apparently, the settlement is currently in the same location it was when Emma and I visited during our field study. If we travel north from here, we should see it before long. We don't want to keep guys waiting. Might be a good idea to visit Reverie. B to dismount the horse, press X near the horse to change ride settings. Battle monsters, you must come into contact with them or approach them and press A. Assault attacks cannot be used. That's kind of annoying.
New visitors registered.
Emma and Sarah. I never expected you of all people to be called here, Grandmother. That can only mean whatever is looming over us is truly dangerous. Maybe so, but you have nothing to fear now that I'm here. There's no trial too difficult for the elder of the Hexen clan. I'm looking forward to it, but not as much as I am to getting comfortable here. I hope you realize this isn't a vacation.
Mind lending me your ear?
So this place exists not as a spiritual space, but a realm designed to test us. I can't remember anything about the outside, but time here could possibly be somewhat out of line with where we originally were. I doubt I can even perform magic as advanced as before. The only reason I can come up with is fate itself choosing to intervene. Honestly, trying to make sense of it all is making my head spin. So this place is designed for us to complete trials that will prepare us to better to solve whatever is happening in Crossbell. It sounds completely absurd, but what choice do we have but to play along and go all out? Not to mention I've been able to sympathize with Crossbell in the last couple of years, with Northumbria also being annexed. Yeah, but there are still plenty of people from Northumbria that would say it was for the best in retrospect. Sure, I too for that matter. But I know what you mean. I still feel like I owe Crossbell something after setting the Imperial Liberation Front there a few years ago. The Great Twilight kept me busy last year, but now's a good time to own up to it and repay Crossbell for what I did. I didn't realize you were carrying that on your shoulders too. I haven't forgotten about how you helped us with the public rehearsal Arkansas put on before the war. That was more than enough in my book. But I'm not going to say no if you want to help. We're happy to have you reading the others. How good to be welcomed. Yeah, what better time to work together? Okay, I had to do some rearranging here and there. But I think I got a quadruple evade tank set up now.
Amazing. I've never seen planes so vast.
It's like we're afloat in a sea of green. Words can't do justice to its beauty.
We had the same reaction as students.
I like it even more now that there aren't as many monsters as before.
Yeah, the Armored Division's done a bang-up job keeping the Highlands clean. Now we can ride straight through.
It's here all balm.
I bet I could buy a whole keg with this.
That structure to the right is the watchtower monitoring Calvert, yes?
Yep. And the plateau on the left has got what they call the Stone Circle.
It's thought to be an old monument from when animism dominated the region.
Aha, there was a chest I missed.
Easy now.
Where to droplet?
Guess luck is on our side.
This way is the Stone Circle, correct? Yeah, that's right. I'd like to visit there eventually, but I think we should be able guys to discuss our next move first.
There!
A strong enemy! Be careful!
Fortuna.
Call in the shots.
Forte.
Activate. I'm going.
Okay, and let's see what arts are good against you. Oh no, fire is actually good against the weaker ones, but bad against the main boss. That kind of sucks.
Arcus, activate!
My turn. Strike! Here we go! Got him!
Yeah! There it is! Chance! Attack!
It's my turn!
Can instantly use Chrono Drive for massive effect.
All right.
Whoa!
Chance! Attack!
Bring it on. I got this.
If I move here, I'll probably get hit more with her. More enemies will probably target her, I hope. Let's see.
There!
Yes!
There it is!
Give me that BP.
Got him! I'm up!
Still got our insights set up. Okay.
Kane, Gale! Ha! It's down! Too slow!
Haha!
I'm going!
Just spam Solar Thorn.
Activate.
My turn! Strike! Here we go! Got him!
There! I'm going!
Fiercest!
It's my turn! Arcus, activate!
Call in the shots.
Chance!
Got him!
There!
My turn!
Just to be safe, Shining.
Arcus, activate!
I'm going! There!
That was close. Or she was too soon to celebrate.
Ha! That's the power of the 8 leaves. Nice! That'll do it.
Fierce Wing, Crescent Slash.
Woohoo! I did it!
I only get cuter as I level up.
Yes, now I can get the treasure here.
Ready!
Spiritual Divine War.
Wow, we got something so nice!
We're almost at the settlement. Oh, it feels so great here.
It makes me wish we could keep riding on through forever.
It's a shame we'll have to dismount soon.
It's so nice to see you're both already as much in love with this place as we are.
Ah, we made it to the settlement.
We did, but
this is my first time seeing yurts.
You would normally see more of them. I wonder what's going on.
Already?
there's Class 7. It's so good to see you all again. How have you been?
Is he an acquaintance of yours, Instructor?
I'm not sure that we've met.
Come on, that's not very funny. I know it's been a while, but I knew you from a glance.
Wait, I see it now.
Toma?
You're Gaius' little brother, right? Looks like someone hit his growth spurt.
Did you meet during your field studies?
Yeah. Gaius' family as a whole has been very welcoming whenever we've come to Nord. It's kind of funny to say, but you're getting to be around the age we were on our first visit, huh?
Yeah, that sounds about right. But you really didn't recognize me then? I gotta say, that stings a little.
Sorry, but you honestly do look so much more mature than when we last met. You must be Charl then. You've grown up a lot yourself.
You think? Thank you.
Gaius had mentioned you were coming, but I didn't expect you to arrive so soon after he said it. Speaking of which, you should be coming back soon.
Coming back now, actually. I hope you all had a pleasant journey from the capital. Good to see the winds kept you safe.
Right back at you.
I hope your investigation's been going well.
Sounds like we've arrived at a busy time.
Not at all. Most of the work for moving the settlement has been finished already. But let me make us some tea before we talk any further. You must be tired.
Nord tea is as soothing as I've been told.
It really is. Black tea is relaxing too, but the flavor of these leaves is very distinctive.
I'm glad you approve.
Haven't been able to enjoy a cup of this since your field study.
You tried it then? I would have thought you'd been unable to since you joined near the end of our stay.
That's right. You and Sharon came by to check up on us around the same time. It's weird, the things you forget.
We have plenty more, so please, have as much as you like. It's too bad you weren't here yesterday to try the cheese we made. It was so good!
Cheese or no cheese, you've given us more than enough of a welcome. My travel fatigue is all but gone. It's amazing seeing how much you two have grown since we saw each other. You look like you're taking after your mom, Sheeta.
You really think so? I'm happy to hear that. And you look even cooler, and Emma looks even prettier.
I think so too. Gaius has always kept us up to date on how you've been and the ways you've changed. You've overcome a great many ordeals on the road to where you sit now. It makes me so proud to see the students we've hosted go on to accomplish so many great things.
You're kind to think of us so much.
Thank you for saying so. I hope we can keep making you proud.
And now my pride extends to you two as well. That's just how mothers are.
Did we ever introduce ourselves to you guys? That's our mom, and we're Gaius' little sisters. I'm Sheeta, and she's Lily. Thanks for being bros with our bro.
He's done far more for us than we have for him, I think. Delaying the bosses. I can see Gaius has a truly lovely family. I couldn't be any more grateful to have them. That makes sense to Dad too, even if he couldn't be here. I think he's out of the settlement right now. That's right, he's leading the relocation effort. We're having to move quite a distance too, so you may not be able to see him during this visit. That's a shame, I was hoping to say hi. So if you're suddenly having to uproot yourselves and go so far, I think it's something significant has happened here. Correct. Upon returning here the other day, I set out to survey the Highlands. Unfortunately, I have yet to find anything that would lead us to the location of Prince Albert or the Courageous too. But I found some unsettling signs in a few easily overlooked areas. Ashes from recently burned firewood and buried remnants of travel rations, for example. In other words, traces of human activity. Yes, and not just one person. I asked Toma to help investigate, We kept finding the same signs in more and more places. We haven't heard any talk about soldiers doing training exercises in the area recently, so I doubt that's the explanation. No one in the settlement or at Zender Gate claims to have seen any potential suspects either. Regardless of what we're dealing with, we can't risk any harm coming to the people here or our family. So after some discussion, we all decided it would be best to move the settlement earlier than usual. Charles and her father have been helping with the move too. We couldn't be more grateful. I'm so sorry all this happened when you and your dad were meant to be on vacation. Please don't worry, I'm just glad to help. Dad might grumble a bit, but he's pitching regardless. Either way, it's clear something's amiss here, something especially concerning the timing. Yeah, it's hard to say if this is what Rufus was referring to, but it's not something we can afford to ignore. When we came here for our spiel say 2 years ago, we found Jaeger dropouts operating in the area. Perhaps this could be something similar. It's definitely possible. Either way, I decided I ought to look into it again as soon as you all arrived. I think that's a good idea. I'll join you with all due haste. If the Highlands are threatened in any way, I refuse to turn a blind eye. I quite agree, especially after people have served us such wonderful tea. I will spare no effort for a land connected to my ancestors. Your support means the world, truly. We aren't planning to move just yet, so you are welcome to make this your base of operations. I'll do all I can to help you in my husband's place. I like to believe I'm a lot stronger than when we last met too. So if there is any way I can assist, please let me know. We will, thanks, Toma. Sheeta, Lily, be good while we're away. We will, take care. Come back soon. Where should we begin then? That's a good question. How about we go and speak with the settlement's other visitor? Oh? She's been here since before I arrived myself. I haven't had much of a chance to speak to her since I've been so busy with the move and investigating. That said, someone you all know. Really no. I've yet to see anyone fitting that description around though. Pearl Street's out at the moment. Someone in my family may know. Shall we go and ask them then? Gaius has joined. Tempest actually has a little bit of an evasion boost and provides insight. It's actually not quite as good as Sirius, but still better than nothing. 2 people with insight once could actually be pretty good. Scree, they brought Zio here too. Is that Hawk? How'd it get here? Oh, meet my good friend Zio. He's been helping me for a long time now, especially in battle. That might explain why he was summoned here too. I know there's still plenty we don't know about this place, but you can count on Zio being here to help. Well then, it doesn't hurt to have more allies. Welcome to the team, Zio. We're getting ready to move. That won't be for a while though, so please make yourselves at home. You've all done so much for us, between what happened during the war and this investigation. I'm worried about the royal couple, but for now we'll just have to keep doing what we can. That reminds me, there's something I want to take with you. Spirit incense. Oh my, these are so rare. Thank you so much. It's nothing really. I just want to make sure you all stay safe. Alright, that should be everything. Please take care, everyone. Okay, we'll be off then.
It's been a while since I was last here. Feels so empty without all the yurts.
Well, once we're back to normal, you'd better pay us a visit. Your students are welcome too, of course.
I wouldn't miss a chance to come back here.
Let's see, I want to try and get this stuff going out with the next move. Oh hey, are you all hanging out? About to, yeah. You're looking awfully busy, Charles. Oh, this is nothing. I'm used to this kind of stuff thanks to my work at Zender Gate. My dad's actually the one handling needed supplies for the settlement's move. We've been working with the people of Nord for years anyway, so he was more than happy to help. I did hear you've been helping Toma with packing and moving. Thank you. You're quite a symbiotic pair now, aren't you? Well, I have known from years at this point. Looks like they're still going strong. It's cute seeing how smitten she still is. Yeah. I heard you'll be here for a little while, so I set up that yurt for you to stay in. You have plenty of space to sleep and set up your equipment, so it's perfect. Talk about customer service, thanks. We'll make ourselves at home then. Oh hey everyone, it's been a long time since I got to play with everyone that came here that one time to study. But I also want to play with all the new people too. Hey, is that branch campus place fun? Oh, and do you know the new Armored Division people? What are they like? The first one was definitely referring to the branch campus. That's rather, you mean the 23rd Armored Division. Yeah, them. I got to meet lots of people from the Freed and 7 ones. But now a new soldier family has moved in. I want to get to know our neighbors. I understand how you feel, Lily, but I'm sure they're plenty busy, even with the war over. Hey, sounds like you've had a pretty busy day. I was just about to go draw some water if you wanted some. I would actually, thank you. By the way, I noticed you have something of a warrior's posture. Have you trained Nord spearmanship perhaps? Yeah, Gaius and our dad have actually been hammering into me for a while. I still call myself a beginner though. I'm nowhere near ready to take on a large game, So I've got plenty more practicing to go if I want to keep my family safe. You used to blaze the fight, don't you, Kurt? Just like your ancestor Roland Vander. I've got a long way to go until I'm anywhere close to being like him, so I say we both got a lot to learn. But I remember hearing that Roland perfected a dual blade style while dueling against the people of Nord. I'm sure I could learn a lot in a match against you. Will you be up for it? Would I? I'd love that. Great, let's hope we'll have a chance to do just that soon then. It's nice seeing them get so motivated by each other, huh? I'll say, glad to see my brother's found himself a new friend too. I'll be leaving the settlement for a while. I hope I can count on you to watch over it while I'm gone. I'm getting kind of worried. Maybe I should ask for help. Is something wrong, Sheeta? I was just thinking of speaking to all of you. Our visitor left the settlement this morning, but she hasn't been back since. Geist was just telling us about her. Did she go onto the Highlands? Yeah, she said something about wanting to take photographs before she left. She also said not to worry about her since we were all busy with the move. Even so, I'm getting anxious. I hope she isn't doing anything too dangerous. The situation is suddenly starting to seem all too familiar. Yeah, this is the exact situation we went through with Norton from the Imperial Chronicle a few years ago. Really? I wonder if this visitor could be... Anyway, it sounds like we should go ahead and check up on her. I assume she's set up to the north. That's right, I'm not sure how far she could have gone. Let us ride out and look for her then. I see the northern part of the Highlands is just as beautiful as its southern counterpart. Indeed, though it also looks more dangerous. What with all these steep cliffs? Oh, look at that. So that's the other giant statue like the one on Bryonia Island. Yes, that's right. This was Lost Zem, the Septarian of Earth. Meanwhile, the one on Bryonia Island was Arc Rouge, the Septarian of Fire. As you're aware, both have long since lost their power, leaving them as mere shells. I had no idea when I first saw it during our field study that it had such a history. It's hard to believe that the Divine Knights originated from them. Shall we start looking then? I can't imagine our visitor could have gone far without a horse. I'm inclined to agree. Hopefully this will be a quick search. I'm just gonna delay all of you.
This is the power of the Soaring Phoenix! Golden seal of mine, shining from the abyss. Imbue my spear with the fury of the goddess! Howling heavens!
Let's go!
Okay.
Arcane Gale!
I got this.
Gotta get them all bunched up if possible. Damn.
I'll shred you!
There! All right. Yeah! A chance!
There!
I'm up!
Ha!
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
Tyrrell Balm.
All right, let's go.
Ready when you are.
This place is so expansive that I don't even know where to begin to look.
Do you see that big statue? It's called the Guardian. It would be a nice start, I think.
Not a bad idea. We can branch out into a full search from there.
This one's strong. Be careful.
Damn it. Too strong, huh?
Arcus, activate!
Bring it on. Let's go.
All right. Arcus, activate!
Fool, now!
This one's mine.
There!
Fool, it's down!
This one's mine.
Yeah! Let's go.
Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. So many of them. I don't know if they have any undodgeables either.
Zia, it's down! Got him!
All right.
Fiercest fought!
I'm going. Arcus, activate! There it is. Chance! Attack!
I'm up!
There are so many of you guys. Holy moly.
Stand! Let's go!
Just gotta take care of the ones near me first.
All for one,
and one for all!
Let's go, everyone!
Yeah!
Bring it on.
Yeah, let's try using Thunder Vortex to get these guys a little closer.
I'll Chance!
There!
I'm going.
Damn, this guy does not stay broken for long.
Let's go.
See, recast Shining real quick.
Let's go. Crimson now! There!
There!
Yeah!
All right.
Just spamming her healing now. Dude.
Arcus, activate!
You won't escape!
There it is! Now! Attack! There!
I got this.
This one's on the now!
Got him! Let's go!
Okay.
Fiercest! I'm up!
Should we cast Chrono?
Arcus, activate! On me.
Okay, it's really annoying that I keep spamming the healing thing. Like, holy shit. Just attack me already, you freaking wimp.
Zio! Now!
This one's mine!
Yeah!
I'll restore
Thanks.
you! It's my turn! Arcus, activate! There it is! There! I'm going!
Okay, you are almost dead. Cool.
There, go on!
There!
I don't think we've ever had a bad battle together, have we?
You and me? How could we?
Woohoo!
I need to keep getting better.
I only get cuter as I level up.
Cutie bullet? Okay. Why are they relearning so much of their stuff? Just how much have they been slacking?
What an adorable treasure chest!
Bluster.
With strength like that.
True Awakening headband. Please leave me alone.
There's a treasure chest right over there.
Ixion Bolt SR.
Alright, let's go.
Ready when you are.
Turns out those... the giant Quaker actually has the ability to instant cast Aerial even without 0 art, so you'll have to make sure to put on Crescent Mirror. The normal discharge does not actually deplete the Crescent Mirror, so you can just have that ready whenever, just in case. Serum powder?
I bet I could buy a whole keg with this.
Oh, I see a chest.
Silvery watch. Investigate Lake Lacrima up ahead, as well as the ancient quarry in the northeastern part of Highlands myself. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to turn up anything that would help us locate the Courageous. That's unfortunate. I trust you to have covered those areas thoroughly, so I think we can ignore them for now. It's possible that the person we're looking for might have gone this way, but I think we should focus our efforts in this area first.
Oh-hoo!
Diamond Nova.
The rush of finding an unopened treasure chest.
Vitality Droplet.
This is rare. I'll be sure to keep it safe.
Yeah! With strength like that, we'd best exercise caution.
Ricuria, you are. Another evasion type. Really sucks how close these enemies are to the fishing spot. Hopefully I'll never have to use this spot again. Ha! This is not what I call a relaxing spot at all.
Got a bite. Nice. Not bad at all.
Puffer. There you are.
They don't call this one of the Highlands' most famous sites for nothing. Talk about statuesque. Literally. Maybe I'll start a listicle of the Empire's best views when I get back to the office.
Is that you, Grace?
Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you, Class 7. And you, Divine Blade. Congrats on the upgrade from Ashen Chevalier.
Gaius said there was another visitor, but he kept Who a surprise. So it was you.
I was just as surprised to find her in Nord, believe me.
How did you make it to the Empire with Crossbell occupied?
The only way I could have. I wasn't in Crossbell when the occupation went down. Around just before the ceremony started, I got an interesting lead through the Orbal net. So I left coverage of the actual signing to the others and jumped on the next train to Erebonia. Thinking on it now, I'm honestly not sure if I'd call that good or bad luck.
I can imagine.
This must all be very hard for you.
It is. But I've never been one for sitting around sulking when life throws me a curveball. There's gotta be a role for me to play in sorting all this out. The best thing I can do is get out there and take action. I wouldn't be much of a journalist or a Crossbellin if I didn't.
That's the Grace we all know so well. Yeah, I mean, Lloyd and Randy are made of tough stuff, and then there's Grace. People from Crossbell really are built different. So what's this lead you're talking about? It's got to be something big for you to leave a historic moment like the signing ceremony for someone else to cover. Oh, it absolutely is. It was a report that Prince Oliver and his wife had gone missing during their honeymoon, the Courageous 2 and all. Source? I have a feeling it would involve that. We're actually following the same case. Yeah, on the tip 2, no less. I'm guessing the fact that you're here in Nord of all places means you found some clues to her whereabouts. That's right, although it's only circumstantial evidence at this point. There's a report that suspicious people clad in black were sighted in the area where the royals went for their honeymoon. You don't think? The Ebon Defense Force. I'd bet 1,000 mirror on that. Then there's an unconfirmed report that the EDF were sighted in Nord before and after the Courageous 2's appearance. I'm here following up on both leads. So terrorists who occupied Crossbell and took up arms against the Empire were potentially responsible here too. I found no evidence that they were hiding here or had been in the past yesterday, though. Yeah, I couldn't find anything either. If they really were here, they're clearly good at covering your tracks. There's no smoke without fire. There's clearly something here in the Highlands. Though I'll admit I'm basing at least part of that conviction on my reporter instincts. Hey, when your gut talks, we'd be fools not to listen. I quite agree. The likelihood that what happened in Crossbell and the Prince's disappearance are connected is higher than ever now. Thanks for sharing what you know, Grace. It really helped. Hey, I just wish I had some solid, conclusive evidence to give you. All I can do is wish you well with the rest of your investigation. I'm convinced that solving this case will lead you to a way to liberate Crossbell. So get out there and give him hell, Class 7. If you're asking, where we refuse. They then went back to the settlement. Once assured of safety, they were able to resume the investigation. Sounds like we should go around the southern part of Highlands too. Indeed, that area seems less likely, given that it has military facilities, but the truth could have been under our noses all along. I think it's still worth looking there. Speaking of the military, I wonder how the Lieutenant Colonel's investigation is going. Come to think of it, he said he was going to ask around the watchtower, didn't he? Yeah, maybe we should contact him and compare notes. Could you give him a call, Kurt? Of course. I can't get through. That's strange. The watchtower should definitely be in range from here. Perhaps he's someone else further away, or an area with poor reception. If only we could use the round of 7, then this wouldn't be an issue. It's frustrating, but there's no point in dwelling on it now. We'll just have to explore southern Highlands while making for the watchtower ourselves. I think you're right. Hopefully we'll be reunited with my brother before long. I'd like to have a closer look at the stone circle and the triangular rock that we passed on the way here too. Shall we depart then? Allow me to lead the way. Now access Nord Highlands South. We found something that must belong to someone while tidying up the yurt. I think it might be the hammer armor used to repair fencing. I think it'll be okay if I put it with today's package? That should be fine. Thanks, Charles. We'll probably need it for the sheep's fencing, so I'll bring it over later today. Oh, and about our food stockpile. Look at them go, they're perfectly in sync. They do make for a perfect couple, don't they? Charles' father was stubborn at first, but he eventually came around in Toma. That's great here. Oh, how long have you been standing there? Is it just me, or are you guys watching us? My perish of thought. Oh, to be young again. Give me the spicy kebabs. Shop. It's an alternate weapon for him, but is it really that much better? Seal 50%. Hey, wait, this one actually looks better than her current one. What? This one does not have evasion. It's trash. Oh, do you feed Zio for me? Thanks, Lily. You're welcome. It's fun when I get to help you. Besides, you always take Zio with you when you leave, so I want to hang out with him as much as I can. Zio says you've been to lots of places with your friends from school, but he especially likes a place called the Art Area. It must be really colorful. I wonder if Zio likes how the wind feels there. I shouldn't be surprised she understands Zio just as well as you do. Maybe it runs in their bloodline. Possibly. Then again, Zio has been watching over the settlement ever since Lily was a baby. She should feel pretty bad about worrying the settlement. Anyway, I'm totally pooped from all the horseback riding, so don't mind me. I'm gonna take it easy. Fill me in if you find any good info. Ooh, I'm so glad Grace is okay. I'm sorry if this is rude to say about an adult, but Grace is like danger walking, isn't she? You can't afford to take your eyes off her. But she's a guest here, so it's not that I mind watching over her. You sound pretty stressed over it. Oh no, I can handle this, no problem. Her being a reporter does remind me, though. Not too long after the war, Norton actually came back to the settlement to get our perspective on everything that happened. There was this time when he was in support of the war, but he had no clue why when he looked back on it. So he started writing articles about the horrors of the war would be his way of repaying for it. Then he got an invite from someone named Nielsen, so he's reporting it in another country now. It's nice that his sparks come back. I remember Norton, he was so fired up about getting good photographs during our field study. He also came and took a look at our communications equipment when it was broken. I remember Nielsen too, hopefully we'll run into him again one day. Oh, welcome back, my dears. I take it your investigation is proceeding smoothly. Yup, are you making dinner already? Yes, I know it's a bit early, but I thought I'd make a special effort since you're all here. I've got some meat stewing with herbs from the Highlands, so you can go look forward to that. Oh my, that must be one of those traditional Nord dishes I've heard so much about. I can hardly wait. Me neither. Let's finish up what's left of our investigation so we can get back and tuck in. He knew they would guide Raiju to him. Though it defied logic, Chunlan had such faith in his new companions that even as he waited and waited, the hand of his muzzleloader never trembled with anxiety. He remained calm even as the moment that would decide his fate approached. Blew on his conch shell and pictured their daring, triumphant smiles in his mind's eye. Signaling with such a loud sound gave his position away and was tantamount to suicide under any other circumstances. But he wanted it to drown out even the roars of the very beasts they hunted. He wanted to be found. He was confident. He no longer feared. It was all thanks to them. The conch shell summoned hope to him as he heard the calls of his companions following the booming footfalls of his sworn enemy. Seiyu and Dao were acting as decoys, laying a trap with the intent of driving the King of Thunder into Chunlan's range. At the top of the spiral path Dao had used to ascend, the woodland wanderer set the perfect trap, a modified bear trap to shower it with water and shards of metal. There was no better method to continue throwing Raiju's natural abilities into chaos and stopping it in its tracks. If the beast were to leap from the summit's cliffs into the spiral path below the retreat, it would be welcomed still by more traps and weapons set by Chunlan. It's only time. I never thought it would happen like this, thought Chunlan. He was hit with a mixture of emotions brewing inside of him, so many that he could not concern himself with labeling them all, or most of them. Of these, one expected emotion manifested more clearly than the rest. I don't feel any hatred towards Raiju. Never once since the time he lost his power to the beast did he ever feel hatred for it. Not really. Not in the way he thought he did. He felt grief and loss and grief upon losing the loss of his living relatives. In his heart of hearts, he saw his power as a true Mitagi who fell after fighting for his life on equal terms with the mountain. His power had been his flesh, his blood, and struggling along its blessed nature. But his blade was simply unable to surpass the survival instincts of his opponent. How could Chunlan turn such a natural, beautiful thing into a grudge? How could he let the fear of his father's death consume him to a point where he forgot not all was truly lost? What motivated Chunlan in this moment was a desire to complete what had been started by someone he loved. That was all. This isn't vengeance for you, he thought of his father. I still don't fully understand everything he said back then, but here I'm here, a life facing a life, and I will keep facing it with all I am. To Chunlan, this mild understanding was enough to leave him content. His companions from a foreign land restored in him a sort of hope that his years past were not in vain, but were our guideposts that brought him to this very moment. To the moment when his days of simply breathing, eating, and sleeping from sunrise till sunset would end. To the moment where he realized he was still alive. Here they come. Chunlan heard an explosion of thunder from the rock he hid behind on the spiral path. Above him at the highest point of the summit, Seiyu and Dao's voices shouted in response to the conch shell as they continued chasing down their hunt. Not a few heartbeats passed before Chunlan could sense Raichu's presence directly above him. He then put all his weight into giving a rope in his one hand a single sharp tug, leaning as he did so. One end of the cliff above him began to crumble. A single boulder that had rested on the corner of the sheer peak had been yanked free of its position, and with support wholly lost, the throne of the king trembled ominously before collapsing under a beast's weight. It was a good thing he had seen Seiyu's powers as she buried the Oni in the snow. Seiyu and Dao had not blocked the mountain path just to give Chunlan time to set a few traps, but more so he could turn the entire mountain into one massive similar trap to what he witnessed before. To the observer, he may have made pulling a rope to trigger the collapse of a cliff look simple. What he did, however, was delicately balance the boulder on a rod beforehand to leverage the rock in the direction he desired. It was almost a miracle he could get right in the short time Seiyu and Dao had to stall their target. Raiju finally chased to a dead end. Raiju slid down the summit among a shower of falling rock fragments and snow. It was only around 15 arches up, not enough of a fall to kill it, but Chunlan had prepared its landing point with caltrops and other such traps to pin it down. Every fiber was being cried for him to end it then, yet regrettably, reality often makes a mockery of even the best laid plans. Raiju was thrown off its trajectory by the uneven face of the cliffside, well away from the traps set, landing right before Chunlan. Whoa! So that's how it's going to go, he muttered aloud. Fine, this won't stop me. It was almost better than his original plan even. The way he could end a beast's life personally rather than through a trap gave him a sense of fulfillment, as though something had guided them to this fitting end. Your pulse reign is over, Raiju. Mitagi never misses his target twice. A fire erupted from within him, as with Mount White crown watching once more. Nothing stopped him and the beast from continuing the fight that started 5 fateful years prior. Chunlan had his back pressed against some boulders that had fallen along the mountain path, while his opponent was backed by a sheet face of the mountain. Let's finish this. Chunlan moved first. He had to press his advantage while his exhausted opponent was still slumped against the rocks. Drawing arrowheads and other small blades and small bits from a jute bag, he sprinted to scour them across the beast before it could recover enough energy. It seemed the king also hoped to end this quickly. Even as Chunlan tossed the metal, it took the chance to impulsively unleash a fierce lightning attack, a fatal mistake on his part. Got you. Countless blades stuck in the ground, flying through the air, absorbed the electrical strike and exploded, throwing up a curtain of smoke intermingled with sparks and flashes. Chunlan sprang through it all, drawing that much closer to Raiju. The beast convulsed as sparks scorched his fur and discharged energy continually shocked his body. Never been pushed this far, have you? Taunted Chunlan. Well, sorry, but I'm not done. Chunlan saw the surprise in Raiju's eyes, where even a beast as powerful as it would falter upon the sight of a human covered in smoke appearing and thrusting a rifle in its open mouth. Doesn't matter how thick your skin is from this distance. The rifle spat fire into the bear's mouth, and fresh blood, rather than even that of the flames from the shot, spurted from his mouth, staining Chunlan's pale skin and bear's dark fur. Still, perhaps due to the natural desire to struggle on, it drew breath. Chunlan noticed his eyes still move to focus on him and even his arm being raised. No, Chunlan drew back his rifle to escape, but with its jaw now free, Raiju retaliated with wild, unbelievable speed, sinking its teeth into his shoulder. How long has it been since the beast had managed this? It was the first thought to flash through Chunlan's mind as intense waves of pain sank further into him. It was the only thing that could mildly stay the waves of pain that now persisted. With contact made and his senses keen from this terrible sensation, he can almost hear a bear's thoughts as if growling audibly. You will not escape me. You're the one who won't escape me. Its jaw was soaked in blood as it continued to ignore the bullet burning away in its body. Shannon made no attempt to tear himself away. On the contrary, shifting only as much as possible while locked in its jaws to get a better grip, he began punching his Nagasa into its neck again and again with his free hand. Electricity crackling through the length of the blade. Both crashed to the ground. Their first were blood, the arrow swirling in the air. His teeth continued to bite, and his blade continued to stab until Naru could no longer. After a few moments of pure silence, it was Chunlan who rose. His coat and skin soaked in so much mud and red that it could have been more his or his hunt. He swayed as he attempted to stay his feet. He could hardly see through the blood dripping from his forehead. The shoulder that has been endlessly punctured drooped, barely unable to move. But he was alive, and the battle was not yet over. Chunlan took up his rifle against the embers of life, though faint continued in the eyes of the King of Thunder. It glared at the one who dealt its mortal blow, working despairingly to lift its limbs as his heart still beat, blood burbling through its mouth and wounds of every sharpened breath. As long as it lived, it would never stop trying to stand. With an eerie stillness about the moment, Chunlan slid it round into his weapon before placing it between the beast's eyes. A final gunshot then wailed through the mountain, carrying with it the end of a legacy's life, to be continued. But there's still the Oni. How many more chapters are there? Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails in the Reverie. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit that bell icon.